Živjo, Ivy here. Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I just wanted to basically show you all the yearly statistics from my last year, all the books that I was reading, my favorite books throughout the month, and genres that I've been reading so far last year. But I mainly want to use this video to rant, basically. I want to start this video with why I started reading. So many times when you come across certain videos where it says, oh, don't look at your phone or your computer 2 hours before you go to bed. And I thought, yeah, that would be great to read books, but I didn't find any books that really get me into it. And then I stumbled on Pinterest and I get the recommendations of these books. I keep saving all the covers of the books, and there was a sign at my store that had these 2 books that I saw on Pinterest, and without thinking, not even checking the price, I bought them because I thought, not that I thought, I knew this was a sign for me to start reading just like I wanted to. And the 2 books that I started was The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood and The Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. And I don't regret it. It's fun. And it's so good to get back into reading. It's so fun to read. It makes me laugh. It makes me cry. It makes me feel all these type of emotions. And that's what reading is all about. What I'm the most angry about when I see more and more videos about books is the hatred towards a certain book or author for absolutely no reason. Yeah, look, I get it. A certain book just didn't work for you, but it didn't work for you. You didn't feel it. That doesn't mean that the rest of us are going to feel the same. Or when you look at the video when I said, oh, I read this book so you don't have to. I'm sorry, but who are you to tell me that I will not like that book? Because whatever you may not like about it, I may actually love about it. We're different. Just like the way we dress different. We don't have the same hairstyles. We don't listen to the same music. We don't watch the same movies. So of course we're going to have different likes and dislikes about books. But there is no book on this planet that is so bad that everybody would hate it. I don't believe that. The book just wasn't for you. Maybe it was the trope. Maybe it were the characters. Something there just didn't work for you. But it works for other people. Other people like it. So in 2025, I want people, specifically social media, to shut up and let people read whatever they want to read. But whatever author that is, whatever genre it is. Because I also saw a lot of hate towards like dark romance. If you are like really young, which you should not be reading these books, you have to be at least 21 or 24 plus to read certain books, which is also something that I guess books should have. You know, when you watch a certain series, at least here we always get, oh, the viewers who are under 12 should not watch the series. So maybe books need this. Because I really hate when people start ranting about books, and I actually noticed that some people didn't even read these dark, spicy books. They just like to talk shit about it. I'm not going to say who the content creators are. No, I'm not gonna go there. I just have enough of people coming after people that actually like to read these certain genres, these type of books. I mean, spicy books, erotic books existed for such a long time. I mean, for goodness sake, your grandma probably been reading some of them back in the past. So can we have a nice conversation about books? If you don't like the book, at least give it a good criticism. Oh, what exactly is it that you didn't like? Like I said, maybe it was the trope. Maybe it was the world building. Maybe the author made the mistake of completely forgetting about the plot, but just focusing on the romance about these 2 people, which that is actually really not so good. It can be a little bit annoying. Back to dark romance is actually, those type of books are taboo, and they are like 75% dark and only 25% romance. So no, it's not all about spice. And there's a difference between, I saw a lot of people go, the difference between a book with spice and a spicy book. Well, also what I don't like when people keep saying, oh, they're on Instagram specifically. I don't have TikTok, and I have Instagram like just last year. I didn't have it before. Is when people go and say, oh, I get nothing but a recommendation about spicy books and book with spice, or but they keep adding it that it's a spicy book. That is so not true. I will try to find these women on my Instagram, because I found women that read either thriller books, horror books, classical books. I found women that read also spicy books. I save them all because I read all genres of books. So if somebody tells me that, oh, there's nothing but spicy books, they get recommendations, not true. You can find other genres as well. So all I want to say is, read whatever you want to read. Don't listen to people about how they hate certain authors, and unless the author was really they did something bad, like I can't believe about what was his name, Neil, whatever, you know the guy. I'm just gonna put the picture on of his name or write his name down. Yeah, then you don't read his books for what he has done. But otherwise, I don't see why such hate. Books are there for you to relax, to take you somewhere else from reality. Doesn't matter what type of books you're into, it's supposed to be fun and relaxing. So let people read whatever they want to read. There's also something else that I would like to add, and that is, when I was mentioning Haunting Enderline, I had a coworker. Her daughter was 16 going 17, and when she was explaining to me that she was like so happy her daughter keeps buying like books for the money that she gives her, and I thought that's great. Like, what books is she reading? And she actually told me that her daughter is reading an English book. Her mom is not very good in English, and the girl and she was kind of like explaining what the cover looks like. And I was, oh, it sounds familiar, something that I might seen. And then she showed me the picture, and I was like, how old is your daughter? She was like 16 going 17. She should not be reading that book. So there's that problem. Those who think that girls are like delulu for these type of books, it's not the book. You have to talk to that certain person that can't decide reality and fiction. They have a problem. It's not the book. I also have a coworker, and I'm so happy she does not have a social media or does anything like this, because every book she reads is a 5-star read. She's so simple. I bought her the book from Colleen Hoover, Verity, and she is obsessed. She loved it, and she went into books, and she went to the library with me, and that's how her book journey started. And she's reading from romance and fantasy, and now I recommended some thriller books to her. She's given all books 5 stars. Like, she is so easy because she is reading books to enjoy, to relax. So that's what people on the internet need to do. That's all I want to say. Also, I have a younger co-worker. She's the same. Like, she says it's herself, like she does go into social media and looks for books, and she did end up on certain videos that talk bad about books. And she said, I did see certain people like not enjoying Fort Wing. She said that she absolutely loves it. And see, this is the difference between us. So don't believe just because, like I said, the book didn't hit them that way, doesn't mean you will feel the same. You may feel the same. You may actually say, oh, I understand completely what you feel about this book. And there are some people that I'm completely fine with that. So that's all I wanted to add. And honestly, I think we need someone that is like my coworker that would give every book a 5-star because she just enjoys books so much. She really just gets into it. Also, one more thing. I think that people, that's how I feel. I might be completely wrong about it, but people that read way too many books in 1 month. For example, I can read 4 to 6 books in a month. Depends on the length of the book and how much time I have. And I have a feeling that people that read books, so many of them, I don't know, maybe they just don't feel it. For example, when I read a book and I finish it today and I still have a couple hours till I go to bed, I'm not going to start a new book. No, because I want to feel whatever I was reading about that book. I want those feelings to still stay with me before I go to the next book, if that makes sense. So I don't read books like, oh, I finished it in 1 hour, I start a new book. I can't do that. It's like and then when you look at people say, oh, I read a book and I already forgot what it was about. Well, maybe because you're jumping too fast. But I get it if it's your job, like your job on YouTube is to read a lot of books. I get it, but how are you feeling towards certain books? Maybe that's the problem, because you're reading so much. I could be completely wrong. It's just how I see it and the things that I've noticed. So maybe give yourself actually a lot smaller goal and just enjoy reading books instead of, I want to read 120 books. How about no? How about you don't give yourself a goal at all? That's what I did this year. I didn't give myself any goal. I just want to surprise myself to see how many books I will actually end up reading in the end of the year. And what I also want to focus is actually giving better reviews on books. There's certain books I didn't do such a good job. So I hope this year I will do better. So I want everyone this year to have a wonderful reading. Read all the books you want, any genre that you want. And try not to look in videos, especially when you look that have very negative, like when you see it already on a title. Don't give them attention. Don't give them any attention, because it will kind of I had that problem when I was reading Colleen Hoover books. I just started it, and yeah, she started to get popular, but people started hating on her, and I didn't understand why. Okay, her books are not super wow 5 stars, but they're not trash either. And when people say, oh, she's romanticizing abuse, hello? What kind of innocent books are you reading? How about you read different genres of books? Like, I read one that is a thriller book, and the things that are said there, and she says that Colleen Hoover is romanticizing about abuse. I read worse, and I got recommended even more effed up books than what these people are saying. Her books are not that bad, but they're not also super amazing. They're enjoyable, easy to read. And yeah, when I got on that train of people hating Colleen Hoover books, I read her book Confessions, and I couldn't get into it because I consumed so much social media about her people hating on her that I couldn't enjoy her book. And that's why I'm saying, if you see like people or titles to talk shit about certain books, don't go into it. Maybe these books don't speak to them, but you may actually like them. Thank you so much for watching my little video, and I hope to see you in my next one, and happy reading in 2025. Read whatever the hell you want. Ciao!